Hey guys, it's Spacey Sins, and we are back with more My Next Life as Villainess! All routes lead to doom! Pirates of the Disturbance! I just felt like it, man. Anyway, so we're getting close to the end. We still haven't made our last save file, so I'm going to assume we have a choice. I think we have like one choice left, and that'll be where we do our save, and then we get our happy end. So, probably like Jordo's, where we had like that last choice or whatever, like go or don't go or whatever, and then he lit everything on fire. Something like that. So maybe we'll get our ending in this part? I don't know, we'll see. So, several days have passed since we arrived at the mansion. My friends have been keeping track of the number of pirate guards and unharmed nobles in order to find an opportunity to escape. But since there's not much I can do to help, I'm taking a stroll through the grounds today. I hope everyone on the ship is okay. Jordo's been making a list of names of all the passengers. According to him, the technicians are still on the ship. However, a couple of other people have gone missing. Let's see, Frederick and Set. There are rumors that they're in the medical office on the Vinculum. We believe that's probably true, but Set Norden, the premier of Quid, is one of those missing people. Isn't that bad? I hope he's alright. No, he was the one that was going to chase you and put you in a cage! I mean, okay, also, in addition to Ryle. But now, for now, they're like, Ryle was trying to shove us in those cages, but we know he's partnered with Set, so. The Premier's disappearance will probably cause a stir in Quid. Of course it would. The same thing would happen in Sorcier if Nickel's father disappeared. The country can't operate without its Premier. If the Quidian people discovered their Premier is missing, the king would do anything to find him. Okay, so the Premier is not, so there's a king and then I don't know monarchy things. I don't know structures of things. I don't know. So, like, the Premier is, like, important, but not king level important. Okay. So, like, I'm sorry. I'm just wearing that shirt that's low, and I gotta adjust for the bird. I gotta adjust. Because he's like, what the fuck? Why can't I snuggle in your neck? I'm sorry. I gotta fix my... Here. How about that? Now you can snugs? Now you can snugs better? He's like, that's so much better. Thank you. He's sitting on my shoulder like, excuse me, bitch. I'm sorry. I forgot. Anyway. No! If people want to hear you, you talk with your voice. You don't bite the headset. That's rude. He must be pretty old. The pirate attack must have done a number on his health. Mental health, maybe. Maybe set sick in bed in the Vinculum's medical office. No one can confirm this, though, since we're all being held here at the mansion. I hope the doctor got better, too. It might be good for him if he was brought here. He couldn't get seasick here, and all things considered, it's got a great view. Pirates take good care of us. Life is actually kind of comfortable here. They bring us books when we get bored and snacks when we get hungry. I actually just had a nice afternoon tea with the girls. But I ate too many snacks during tea time. I'm stuffed. Hopefully my stomach will settle after I walk around some more. I wonder what's for dinner tonight. We had fish last night. Maybe they'll serve us meat today. The seasoning's a little different, but the food here's delicious too. Sister, I've been looking for you. Keith! It's dangerous to walk out alone. Here, let's go back together. Keith smiles and offers me his hand. Could we maybe talk about that kiss, you think? Just saying. As I gaze up at his tender smile, I suddenly recall the time we kissed. Right. Thank you, Keith. It's awkward, but I managed to say something. We've been so busy lately, so it's been quite a while since we spent time alone together like this. My heart starts to beat faster. I feel my face getting warm. I stand completely frozen, unable to take Keith's hand. Then, realizing my hesitance, Keith blushes too. Sorry. Keith looks away and retracts his hand. Could you stop biting the headset? Stop that. You're rude. I'm finally alone with Keith, but I have no idea what to say to him. So awkward. I have so many questions. Why did he kiss me? Is he really in love with me? Keith, maybe you don't remember because things were hazy at the time, but I try to ask with intent, but I'm so embarrassed that I feel like I'm going to explode. I'm like, damn, she caused an explosion. I don't know if you heard that sound effect. Yes, I'll explode. Just like that sound. Ooh, wait, hold on. Wait, was that a real explosion just now? Alarmed, I look out the window and see a giant plume of smoke rising into the air. I can see bright orange flames in the distance. It's a massive fire. What's going on? That looks like the pirate's ship, because it looks... The Vinculum, I don't think, had that many sails. That looks like what a pirate ship would have. Did set fire on the pirate ship? Isn't that where the Vinculum is? What? No way. Did the Vinculum explode? There are still people in there. Or did the pirate ship explode? Either way, this is urgent. The pirates are running around in a frenzy. Clearly, this is a huge emergency. What was that? Having heard the commotion, my friends come running out of their rooms. Wait a second. Isn't that the Vinculum's mast? We see something that looks like the Vinculum's mast in the direction that Alan's pointing. It's breaking and falling over. Oh, okay, so maybe it was the Vinculum. Look, the ship that you could see, that looked like it had too many fucking sails. But then again, the Vinculum isn't like... It's an old-timey ship, so maybe it had more than you could see. No! We're doomed! We'll never escape! Oh no, my friend's still in there! What did you say? And Prince Jordo, please protect everyone here. I may be able to stop the fire with my earth magic. I'm gonna go rescue them. I mean, you could throw dirt on a fire, yeah, but like maybe take someone with water magic. Who has water magic? Is it the princes? Then we're fucked. No, well, okay, Jordo used the stone. But did he really? He used his magic, but I can't remember. I'll help too. The more the better, right? My water magic will be helpful too. There you go, that answers that question. I'm coming with you. Yeah, why was Mary not using her water magic while we were on the ocean? Just throwing this out there. You want to save me, bitch? Use your water magic. Mary's like, no, I mean, I don't want other men to touch you because I want you for myself. Because, you know, but like at the same time, I'm also your friend and I got your back, girl, because I know you need to romance one of these bros. And it's like, you know, so like, you want to be mad at Mary because she's cock blocking me at every angle. And then you're like, then why the fuck aren't you saving me? Because I know I'm trying to cock block you, but also I know you're going to fall in love with one of these guys. So it's like, you know, it's just which way on the teeter-totter is she? Up or down, you know? But seriously, we were surrounded by fucking water. She could have done something. But like maybe her water magic is not strong enough to make that much of a difference on her own, you know? But anyway, let me help too. I can help prevent the fire from spreading any further. How? If you get too close to it, you'll burst into flames because you're made out of cardboard. You were waiting for it, weren't you? I'll accompany you, brother. Let's all go! Please let me help. I can heal the injured. All right then. Keith, Alan, Mary, Nicole, Sophia, and Maria, please go stop the fire and rescue the people aboard the Vinculum. So I'm just gonna stay here with Jordo, and we're gonna... Katarina, come with me. We need to calm everyone down and make sure they remain safe. I get why Jordo can't go, because, like, he's not supposed to use magic, although technically Alan isn't either, but Alan is the lesser of the two twin princes. Poor Alan. But you know what I mean? I doubt they'd be pissed. They're like, oh, as long as Jordo didn't show off, because he's our golden child. You, whatever. You know, Alan is basically Jordo's shadow, so they probably wouldn't give as much of a fuck. And in an emergency situation, it would probably be easier to, like, be like, it was an emergency, that's why they used their magic. Also, we don't care about Alan, whatever. And I'm useless, so... Jordo looks at the crowd of countless nobles in the mansion who are panicking and looking distressed. Jordo's implying that he, the prince, and I, his fiancé, should take the lead and help our people. Yes, Keith, be careful, okay? As I talk to Keith, he grabs my shoulders. You too, sister. Don't do anything alone, okay? Of course. I nod. Keith looks at me worriedly, but hastily turns and runs off to the port. As I watch his back get further away from me, my anxiety grows, but I do like that he's like, instead of being like kind of a sad sack and just like, I'm just here and I'm being sad and whatever. He's like, so like, I will fucking save everyone. Like, he's hiking his tits up and getting shit done, and I like it. Good for him. Please, stay safe, everyone. My friends are all brilliant magic users. I know they're more than capable. They're unstoppable. But even still, after that huge explosion and the fire that broke out, I can't help but pray for their safety. I mean, like, obviously it makes sense in everybody's route they're going to be, like, the one pulling the most weight. You know what I mean? Like, Jordo kind of pulled the most in his own route, and Keith's going to do the most. Like, obviously, but I still like it. I'm just saying. A few hours later, look how pretty this little foggy garden is. I wander outside to the garden to take a rest. Ew, I'm tired. I sit on a bench in the center of the garden and lift my head to look up at the sky. As the daughter of the Duke, I was able to fulfill my role alongside Prince Jordo and calm the nobles in the mansion. The smoke seems to have gone down, but I'm not sure if the fire's completely died yet. Just hope Keith is safe. I wish I could see how they're doing, but the fog and the trees block my view. Oh, if I climbed a tree, I'd get a better view. I may not be the best magic user, but I do know how to climb a tree. Just as I place my hand on the nearest tree, I hear a bush rustle nearby. What? Is something there? A raccoon? Dog? Or is it a pirate? The evil pirates from my dreams suddenly crossed my mind. Come to think of it, I still haven't seen them anywhere. What if they're hiding and planning something totally evil? I think that's very funny considering the fact that, like, they've never done anything evil in the time that you've known them. But at the same time, they're pirates, so even though they've done nothing totally evil in the period of time you've known them, you'd still be like, I mean, they've been totally not. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop because, like, so real. For the purposes of the game, yeah, I don't think they're gonna magically just like flip over and be psycho evil. Just not gonna happen. But in reality, you'd be like, this is a little weird that they're being nice, and I don't trust this. So, like, this fucker. I'm finally out. What the? Set? Thank goodness it wasn't the guys from my dream. Well, he might be worse. Come here, Set. I'm so glad to see you're safe. I run over to him. Set brushes the leaves out of his hair and lets out a deep sigh. He has so many scratches on his face, probably from running around the forest. Oh, greetings, Lady Katarina. I'm delighted to see you're safe, too. You know what would be interesting? I was just thinking this. She's like, oh, the evil pirates, that they have sprites in the game, but they don't have, like, real counterparts. Like, Silva's in the game, and then they have Silva in this world. But the other pirates, Morgan, Akeem, we've never seen the Cannoneer. But those two don't have sprites in the game. But my brain was like, let me look at Set. Does he like an older version of one of them? You know what I mean? Like, it's the same, like, they drew him, and then, like, we aged Set, we took the wrinkles and everything off, changed his hair, and, like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's how they would do it. Like, I'm going to take this character, and I'm just going to add some age lines, put some gray in their hair, change the style, and now it's their dad! And I was literally just like, now I really wonder if they would have gone that level, like, oh, yeah, no, but the evil people, the bad pirates in the game, because Set and Frederick are really the evil people. That would have been amazing. Like, it's this, like, you know how, like, Pirate Boy, blonde Pirate Boy, and brunette Pirate Boy are basically exactly the same, but flipped over, changed the hairstyle and color, and they're basically exactly the same fucking sprite. They're the same character. They used the same base, held the same pose and everything. They just did a few different little tweaks. But I wonder if that would have been great. Like, it's the same face model, but we made this one piratey and younger, and then Set's older, and, like, but if you looked, you're like, wait. That would have been fucking genius. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, you see the pirates in the game, and until later, you're like, wait a minute! Yeah, that's the Set! Like, just like a little underlying hint that you probably wouldn't notice unless you compared Set to one of the pirates. That would have been fucking awesome. I don't think they did that, but my brain went there, so have fun with that. And tell me, like, that would have been cool, man. That's some weird in-depth shit. But then you would have had to have, like, Frederick and then Ryle as one of the other ones. But I feel like we've never seen the Cannoneer, right? Because I'm wondering if in the game the Cannoneer is going to be Rozzy. You know what I mean? My brain's also thinking that too. We never keep seeing this third character, and I'm wondering if it's Rozzy because, like, Atsu keeps talking about, like, oh, there must be a secret romanceable character, and yeah, Rozzy, like, and then we've never seen that other character. And, like, we know Silva's got a real world counterpart in a game one, and Rozzy's here, and he's a romanceable character in our version, so, you know what I mean? So I'm like, why is he not in Blue Tail? Why is he not in Fortune Lover, you know? So, So then it would make sense why they wouldn't have used Set or Frederick as, like, different, like, younger versions of them with different hair and piratey clothes to be the other pirates, because then what are you doing with Ryle, you know? But that would have been so awesome! Anyway. We were all so worried about you when we heard you were missing. Are you alright? Yes, I suppose so. Those pirates captured me, but my bodyguard came to my rescue. Set's bodyguard comes to stand beside him and bows. He looks very tired as well. They must have been through a lot. Where the hell's Frederick? Maria isn't here at the moment, so she can't heal your injuries, but you should come rest in the mansion for now. Miss Maria isn't here? Damn it! There was an explosion near the vinculum, so she went to go help the wounded. Is that so? All right. Oh, by the way, have you any idea where Marquis Werder is? Oh, yes, I do. I can take you to him. It's almost lunchtime, so would you like to join? Sorry, but I must decline your offer. We have something important to do. Something we can't let others see. What? Set snaps his fingers. In an instant, a knife's pointed at my neck. Like, he could have just been like, oh yeah, sure, thanks, bye! Like, he didn't have to threaten us. He could have totally gotten away with all of his shit. Someone grabs my arms from behind me, and I can't move. Oh, is this Frederick now? Don't say a word. The bodyguard restrains me. Wait, what's going on? This is the premier. The premier. Why am I in danger? Why am I in danger? I thought he was supposed to be trustworthy. Apparently I'm having a brain seizure and can't read right now. Jesus. Katerina Clays, tell us where Ryle Werder is. Now! I was just gonna bring it to him. You could simmer the fuck down, Stickly. Set inches closer to me with a fierce glare in his eyes. I freeze as cold metal presses into my skin. He's like, do you know where he is? And we're like, yeah, I can take you to it. No! Show me where he is now. I was Gunny, you could have just said no to lunch, man. Wait, this knife? Silver knife? I've seen this before. If I remember correctly, it's the same knife that stabbed Ryle. Were you the one who attacked Lord Ryle? So you just figured that out? I mean, I told you hours ago! In game time, days ago in reality. I mean, to be fair, we played common route, so we knew that they were both bad, but I feel like if we had just played this and they made Ryle look shady, I probably would have also suspected him and Frederick, because we saw Frederick running and then somebody else was like, blah, 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 we don't know, and maybe that was supposed to be Ryle, but, like, because also, where is Frederick? Like, he was with them, and, like, if he was running with Ryle, and Ryle was talking about his merchant ships and whatever, like, in that little fight when we were others, and they were beating up the pirates, right? Then, okay. But I was like, I knew it was Set or, like, Ryle, and, like, to be fair, I mean, whatever. I think even if we hadn't done the common route first, Ryle being sus would have led you to think Set was sus too, because they were together. Like, so this I don't think would have been a shock at this point. But I mean, I'm sorry. Oh wait. What? no! You were always like a dad. No, never mind. He was never like that. He was always an ass. To be fair, I'd be more shocked if Frederick came out and was like, actually, I love people. And, like, I think Sophia's lovely. I'm sorry I said that. I have to sound like a cold hard ass because I was working with these guys. I've been undercover for years, and it's killed me to be so evil because I'm actually a giant gummy bear. You know what I mean? That would shock me more than Seth being a douchebag. No, let's be real. We came here to finish the job. We'll kill the Marquis this time for sure. I don't care about the ship. We were planning to sink it anyway. After you kidnapped the people and claimed everyone was dead, and then you sold them. See, okay, hi, we know. What? So, explosion? That was you? That fire was just a trap, but it's also the best way to kill those filthy pirates. No, Keith! The explosion was a trap. I was trying to distract the pirates. With that realization, my face turns pale. Well then, Katerina Clays, you know the truth, so I can't let you escape. But if you cooperate with me, I may spare your life. I'd rather be dead than a slave, thanks. Where's Ryle Werder? Sid grins. The tone of his voice is sickly sweet. Let's be honest. I'm being kind enough to spare your poor, useless life. Your magic is so weak. Can't believe you're the Duke's daughter. I think it's very clear what you should do next. Kick him in the nuts, girl. You should know some modern day, like, what's the, you know what what is the word I'm looking for? Self-defense. That's what I'm looking for. I'm like, you know, the thing where you, like, people, and you know how to, like, you know, chop them in the kneecaps, punch them in the, like, whatever, like, self-defense. I, like, could not, for the life of me, put that together. Oh, dear God. Oh, it's not. He'll definitely kill me to shut me up, even if I do tell him. He tried to kill Ryle to shut him up. He'd do the same thing to me for sure. He shows no mercy. Your silence isn't going to save your life, lady. No, I can't tell him. No, but it might save Ryle's life. I need to find a way to escape. Now I must. But the bodyguard is gripping my arm so tightly, there's no way I can break free. She's nothing more than an ignorant rich girl. We just give her a little taste of pain, she'll give in. Do it! Yes, sir! The knife cuts into my neck a little further. This is bad. What do I do? Oh, that's true. You can't kick Ryle Set in the nuts. Didn't you watch Miss Congeniality? Sing, bitch. Like, I feel cold sweat running down my cheeks. Is there anything I can do? Oh, of course. My earth bump. I can use magic without my hands. I don't know if my earth bump will be strong enough to turn the tables, but I'm sure it'll at least distract them. I look around. Oh, okay, this is where we save, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Save. We gotta save our, we gotta save here. It's our last choice. Boop. Okay, and... interesting. I guess one of these, or both of them possibly, lead to dead ends. Because we don't use Earth Bump. Hold on. Is my Earth Bump powerful enough to make these men fall over? To be honest, I'm not that confident with the power of my Earth Bump. If I fail, it could end miserably for me. Yeah, because it's kind of like, whatever we did in the one with Silva, and then we got stabbed. So, like, if we used Earth Bump on set, the guy might stab out. If we use it on him, he's end up going to accidentally slit our throat or something. You know what I mean? So, in that case, I make up my mind to bite the bodyguard's arm that's pointing the knife at my neck. Oh, see? Okay. Oh! Nobody in this world would expect a fine lady to do such a feral thing. Now, not punch him. Bodyguard loosens the grip, and I kick him as hard as I can. Good girl! I'm going to pretend you kicked him in the nuts. Ugh! I quickly duck away from the knife and break free from the bodyguard's grasp. Climb a tree! I bet he can't! My neck hurts a little bit, but the knife only made a small cut. I can handle it. I must flee. Back to the mansion. There's no time to lose. Scream the whole way. Fortunately, we're right in front of the mansion. If I run there, I can call for help. Scream the whole way. Ah! Don't let her go! Kill her! I run as fast as I possibly can, but the bodyguard yanks my hair from behind and I fall forward. Wouldn't he, if he pulls your hair, would you fall backwards? But also, goddamn, how quick he grabbed your hair. I mean, her hair is like fucking long. And I was also thinking he's going to throw his knife at you, the way he chucked his knife at fucking Ryle, so I would have been like weaving as I run, so we can't get a straight shot. Ow! Thanks for nothing, lady. Now that you know Premier's said scheme, I can't let you life. I can't let you life. Say goodbye. It does say life. I saw it and I was like, that's not right, but I felt like reading it anyway. I can't let you life. Anyway, can't let you live. Say goodbye. This bodyguard swings his sword at me. This feeling I had every time I passed the library in the vinculum. His murderous intent is aimed directly at me. Now, this would be the perfect time for Jordo to show up with a sword, but, like, since he ain't our love interest, we're gonna have to have Heath show up, right? No, not this. I'm frightened and my face turns pale. Is this the end? I'm gonna die. At that moment, I start to regret. I should have told him. I still haven't told Keith that I love him. Help me! Keith! I didn't want to scream help me too loud because I don't want my neighbors thinking, but Keith! We can shriek. That's fun. That hurts. That's basically what my bird sounds like he's doing when he shrieks. Shriek! Oh, there he is! Sister! Knew he was going to come to our rescue. Look at him. Look at that. I love this. I don't know why they didn't use this in Jordo's route. Not the, like, magic effect. I love that. But, like, I love this little, like, cutout thing. Like, for the eye panel cutout. I love it. It's so good. I don't know why I love it so much. It's just so graphically nice. You know what I mean? Like, it's so sharp. And then it's just, like, I don't know. Look, I'm just getting a kick out of it, okay? And they really should have used that in Jordo's route. They should use it in all of them. In the moment I almost lose hope, I suddenly hear Keith's voice and a loud rumbling sound coming from behind me. When I look, I no longer see the bodyguard, but a wall made of earth. It's Keith's magic! Thank goodness! This relieves me so much I collapse onto the ground. Keith runs over to me in a panicked frenzy. Sister, are you all right? Keith, I'm so glad you're safe. Sister, your neck is bleeding. What? I bring my fingers to my neck. There's blood on them. Oh, this is nothing. It's just a scrape. They'll pay for this. Listen. Don't piss off the brother who wants to fuck me, because when he gets angry, it's hot. Is it just me? Is it? Okay. Is it just me? Because, like, apparently these games have given me a weird thing with, like, oh yeah, let me do my brother, and then when they let me do my brother, it's like, just like everything that they do is just hotter. It's like I got a weird kink now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it that? Or is it just because Keith always seems very docile and innocent and almost a little sad? Like because they gave him sad eyes too. He's got like the little droopy eyes, so they're a little sad. You know, he's got little sad eyes. So like, there's just something about like his sad eyes and his very like, you know, he's normally very gentle and docile. So then like, when he whips out with like, I'll fucking make him pay. It's like, that's hotter. I feel like it's a combination of both of them, where they knew what they were doing. They're like, okay, wait. So if you have your brother and then he's all defensive and he's getting all like, he's going to protect you, like for weirdos that have a brother kink, that's going to be hot. But also because he seems so gentle and sweet and kind of like shy and like, you know, whatever. And you know, that's exactly how he was, say in the Fortune Lover game. He was always kept himself locked away and was always like alone and, you know, whatever. So he's like shy, quiet, gentle, you know, soft boy with the sad eyes. We're going to draw him with sad little eyes, right? And then when he's going to protect you, he's going to be all, I'll fucking kick their asses. And then all of a sudden he gets hot and tough and you're like, oh. And then when you put those together, you're like, Jesus. can't handle this. Is it just me? Like, I feel like they knew exactly what they were doing, stacking those two on top of each other, because, like, fuck. I'm sorry, like, Jesus. I mean, listen, Alan was probably my favorite out of the 4 originals when I just looked character-wise, but I was like, but I do like Keith too. He's kind of adorable. And the brother thing, that sold me a little. But, like, you know, he's taken this out of the park. This is fucking great. I am having a hell of a time. I mean, you're having a hell of a time with the game to begin with. It's a lot of fun. And Jordo's route was great too, don't get me wrong. But, like, between the two of them, Keith is our king over here. Like, I know Jordo's gonna be the king, but, like, sweetie, you ain't got nothing on Keith right now. I don't know. I feel so bad for poor Jordo, because he did nothing wrong. His route is great. And if he's your favorite and you adore him, I get it. But, like, I'm over here like, where the fuck is... Like, Keith is... What? I mean... I guess because nothing that Jordo did was really unexpected. You're like, yeah, no, okay. And Keith's like, now just, you're like, oh, hi, you've been hiding this feisty cracker in there, haven't you? I like it. Jesus. Anyway. Yeah, I said, get tough, kick their asses, Keith. God, I love it. Oh, look at this CG. Keith is suddenly overcome with fury. Hell yeah. He holds his hand up toward the wall he made to protect me. Look at his hair flying everywhere. Nice. The wall collapses and it turns into a giant doll about 10 feet tall. Keith? Keith's eyes are completely cold and expressionless. I've never seen him so angry before. I know, but that's such a turn on right now. Because he's not angry at us. It's not like, oh god, I'm afraid. You're like, oh, you're gonna kick their ass. You make them bleed. Rip them limb from limb and make it hurt. Do it. Yeah, I'm a little fucked up, okay? Set Norden. How dare you hurt her? It wasn't me, it was him. He did it. What? Oh, please, Premier Set. Don't blame it on me. I don't care who did it. I'll never forgive anyone who hurts her. You deserve this. Strong magic surges through the air as the ground underneath her feet starts to crack. The doll grows taller and taller. Set and his bodyguard are petrified. You monster! Call me whatever you want. I don't mind being a monster if this monster can protect her. Keith's low growl is enough to terrify the Premier and his bodyguard. They turn and desperately try to run away. I hope this game is one of the ones where, like, when you go into the CGs, you can replay the scene. I don't know if we found that out by accident before or not. I can never remember which ones we find that out or not, because this is a scene that I want to replay with the voice acting. I want to see him. I want to hear his goddamn angry voice. I'm here for this. But Keith's magic is faster. The giant doll swings its arm with full force. Oh, yeah, it's Tetsuya Kakahara. Oh, it's going to be fucking brilliant. Oh, it'll be so good. It'll be like when we played Even If Tempest, just listening to the oh, God, yes. Just listening to that fucking unhinged laughter. Oh, it's going to be so good. Anyway, the Keith's magic is faster. The giant doll swings its arm with full force. And then... God, that makes the fucking controller shake. That's so cool. Oh! The arm of the doll doesn't squash them. Instead, it grabs them and picks them up. As they're lifted high up in the air, their eyes roll back and they're foaming at the mouth. Perhaps they've fainted from fear. Keith finally relaxes his shoulders. The rage leaves his body when he sees that the two of them are knocked out. Phew. That'll do. Thank goodness. He was so angry I thought he might kill them. I was relieved that he didn't kill them. Then Keith kneels down in front of me and gently places his hand over my neck. Stop bleeding. Are you all right? Does it still hurt? Yes, I'm fine, but... Keith, why are you here? Is the fire all settled? Wait, I just remembered that the Premier said he laid traps on the ship. Are the others safe? Yes, everyone's safe. Thankfully, Silva noticed the traps and defused all the bombs. and no one's injured. But we managed to extinguish the fire before the ship completely burned down. The people on board should be safe now, too. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Set did not do a really good job setting bombs and booby traps, especially considering the fact that they had hidden passageways. I'm just saying, that'd be a great place to have put them, but clearly he's not that smart. I thought the fire must have been a distraction, so I came running back here. Then I saw some footsteps in the forest. I remembered the assailant with the knife, and... Anyway, we must give you treatment right away. Let's head back to the mansion. Do you need a hand? I'm fine, thank you, but before that, are we just gonna leave the premiere here like this? Yeah, if I walk away, my magic will keep the doll standing there. Its grip is tight, so they won't be able to escape. Could you imagine waking up 2 hours later and you're still, like, trapped in this mud doll? And you're like, oh, right, we forgot! That's not what I meant. But since Keith is urging me to get treated, I decide to return with him to the mansion. He's like, don't worry, I'll crush them to death when you're not looking. I glance back. The Premier and his bodyguard look so miserable, wound tightly in the grip of Keith's doll. Wordlessly, we leave them there. Good. Ow! 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 Keith treats my wounds back at the mansion. He holds onto my shoulder so I can't wriggle away. It stings so much that my eyes start to water. Please, Keith, can you be more gentle? Sister, it'll be over soon. Please hold on. For some reason, the look on Keith's face is more pained than mine. He traces the cotton soaked with sanitizer across my neck. His face turns red. When he applies the bandage, it's finally over. Keith wipes the sweat from his forehead with the back of his hand and lets out a sigh. He's like, I don't want to hurt you, but also I'm so close to your neck, just raising it with this cotton ball. Leave it to Keith to be confused about, how sexy this is, but also, he's like, this is kind of hot, I'm gracefully touching your neck, but also I'm causing you pain, and I don't like it. Poor thing. There, all done. Thank you, Keith. And what happened? Did you have any other injuries? No, I'm fine. They pressed a knife to my neck, but this ended up being the only scratch I got from them. They did that with a knife? That's not okay at all. Was that really the only scratch you received? Yes, I told you I'm fine. They cut me a little bit, but you came to save me right after that. Well, I'm glad to hear that I made it in time. I was so worried when I saw the bodyguard chasing you. Keith clenches his fists. He's trembling. I can't see his face because he's looking down. I have a feeling that he's crying. Seeing how much I've worried him, I place my hand softly over his. I'm so sorry for worrying you, Keith, and thank you so much for saving me. Now let's make out before our friends get back. I hold his hand tightly. Keith looks up and our eyes meet. Better fucking get married because we married Jordo is all I'm saying. It's been so long since I've seen his eyes up close. I can see my own reflection in his kind, tender eyes. Keith's eyes widen a little, but then, right at that moment, where am I? Really, Ryle? Why you always gotta cock block us? Why are you the one cock blocking us? Every time, sir. Every fucking time. He's gonna be like, I remember nothing. What are you talking about? Who are you? Actually, faking amnesia would be a good thing. We whip around when we hear a groan coming from the bed behind us. Ryle, who's been in a coma this whole time, is awake. Lord Ryle? Ryle's eyes glance around the room blankly. Then he notices us and his eyes widen. Like, do I know you? You. You're like, yeah. Punch you. Sister, bring Prince Jordo here and tell a pirate to bring Silva here now. Right. Also, Lord Set's still trapped in a mud doll in the garden, right? Probably not going to get any resolution on that, so. About an hour later, my friends and I surround Ryle's bed. Well, Marquis Ryle Werder, would you care to explain what's going on here? Why do I need to tell you, filthy pirate? Hey! I took a shower this morning. Maybe fuck off a little. Obviously didn't say that, but still. You realize your loyalty is to the Premier of his place, don't you? He tried to kill you. Murky Warder, tell us the truth. Why did you, a respectable Marquis, try to capture us? You attacked them. That's a fact. You'll be punished when the King of Sorcier finds out. You might as well confess everything here. Huh? You do remember who tried to kill you, right? Silva jerks his chin outside the window and Ryle turns to look. In the garden, Set's still being gripped by Keith's magic doll. We already know your plan, Marquis. We just need to understand your motive because it really doesn't make sense to us. But if you tell us all your motive, how's that going to go for the other two routes, you know? Silva twirls a knife in his hands. It's the same knife that was thrown at Ryle. Ryle looks at the knife and turns pale. Marquis Warder's gloomy eyes look around the room, first at Jordo, then Alan, Nickel, and finally Keith. I just hate people who can use magic. Nothing more. I feel like there's more to it than that. I feel like... Oh, okay. I was like, I feel like there's more to it than that. Okay, we're getting a backstory, so alright. My family, the Werder family, is supposed to have stronger magic than any of the other noble families in Sorcier. Even though I'm the only child of the child of the head of the Werder family, I have no magic powers. I can make a tiny lump of dirt, sir. So, like, what are you, like, one step behind me? It's not really... I know, I get it. Never mind. It's not even weak magic. I have no magic at all. Okay, at least have weak magic. You must know the gossip that runs through high society. Because she gave birth to a powerless child, my mother was slandered. Thought she was having an affair with a lower-class man. My mother became mentally ill and then physically ill. She was no longer able to give birth to another child. My father told me that I brought doom to my family, that I'm the cursed child. This is kind of sad, what our society did to this man. It does not justify his actions, but, you know, at least he has a legitimate fucking reasoning behind it. It's not just like, I just felt like being evil. Hell, evil might kill you later. You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of understand where his villain arc started and why. Back then, my family's reputation was already declining. I don't remember how many times I was blamed for that. That's why I studied hard. Thought if I could become an entrepreneur, I could restore honor to my family. My father would accept me. Ryle frowns when he says that. He clenches his fist, trying to keep it together. I studied economics and management. I did everything I could to compensate for my lack of magic. And it worked. Okay, so maybe we get Ryle's, like, little bit, but then we're going to find out Set's involvement and, like, where the fuck Frederick is in this whole thing. Because you know what I mean? Like, in the other ones. So that's true. We don't have all the pieces, but we're getting the Ryle piece here. Makes sense. My achievements were praised by my family, yet they continued to remind me I didn't have any magical abilities. No matter how hard I work or how successful I become... become. Nay, the more successful I become, the more they lament over my lack of magic. As long as the people of the country value people only for their magic, as long as magic exists, they'll never appreciate me. That was when I met a man who told me that he wanted to secretly capture some nobles with magical powers. Light magic in particular. He offered me an extraordinary amount of money, but more importantly, if I succeeded, I could eliminate some strong magic users. I couldn't miss this opportunity, so I made a plan to build the vinculum. I see. So you thought if you could get rid of respected magic users from your country, you could change how people view magic. First of all, the fact that people with magic powers are the only ones with power is objectively wrong. I mean, he ain't wrong here. But that's not how you change the status quo by eating the rich. Well, maybe. The girl with the light magic disappeared from Sorcier. It'd be a huge loss for this terrible country. So that's why... Ryle Ryle looks pained and holds his chest. Perhaps his injury is hurting again. Still, he tries to look up. He glares at Maria. "Oh, never apologize. People with magic will never understand the pain of people without it. If only you didn't exist. I could have been someone important too." Maria's shoulders tremble as Ryle directs his rage toward her. However, Maria just shakes her head and looks directly into his eyes. I do like the fact that even though we're the protagonist, she's still the protagonist. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is the reason he hates. She's the powerful one, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, good thing I'm just over here being me. I ain't special. Like, but everybody loves me anyway. I love that about this. Have I mentioned that? I feel like I've said it before. I've thought it like, Maria is still definitely like the special one. Like the young adult novel, one who's going to save the universe special, which is why she's the main character of Fortune Lover. And we're over here just being like, I'm just over here in the shadows, but everybody loves me. I like it. Listen. You're right. I don't understand your pain. But I don't think that magic is everything in the world. Magic's not the only key to happiness. Maria trembles as she says that. Her eyes, looking straight into Ryle, are filled with pain. Maria's a commoner, but because her light magic awakened, usually people with magic powers come from noble families. Maria's unique because she's a commoner. I've seen other students, mostly nobles, bullying her at the academy. Well, only the ones I didn't manage to scare off with this evil face. I love her evil face, it's cute. Ryle, born into a noble family without magic, and Maria, born into a common family with magic. Their circumstances are opposite, but they must share the same pain of wondering why these things happen to them. She's right. Magic isn't everything. Take Katerina, for example. Her magic is so weak, but look how charming she is. Wow. That's such an underhanded compliment. Huh? Suddenly the topic became about me. As I stand there dumbfounded, Keith nods in agreement. You're like, what? I feel like we're ragging on me now. Right? A sister can only lift 2 inches of dirt with her magic, but everyone loves her. Yes, even though she has basically no magic, I still love Lady Katerina. Me too. Lady Katerina's an amazing lady, even though her magic is so weak. Okay, could you fucking all stop trying to make me feel I'm not trying to make him feel better by making me feel worse. These are compliments, right? Not really. They said I can only lift 2 inches of dirt and that I have basically no magic, but yes, they're complimenting me. Of course they are. But Hey, you have a wife, right? Did she agree with you about all this stuff? No, she would never say such. Ryle stops himself and gasps. A look of realization spreads across his face. The room becomes quiet for a moment. Ryle's eyes look shiny. You should open up your heart to the kindness in front of you. The slander of others is just noise. It isn't for you. He's right. You have people who love you and think highly of you, too. And this is how we Scooby-Doo this ending, where everyone's just gonna forget. Like, what the so ridiculous. I love it. Ryle stumbles over his words. Once again, he places a hand on his injury. He breaks into a cold sweat. It looks like he's reached his limit. Oh, fine. I'm not evil enough to force you to keep talking so soon after you've woken up. Though we still have time, so get some rest. But when you recover, we're going to talk. We need more answers. For example, how about that guy you were working with? Ah, that's right. He must be referring to the Premier. Why did Set want to capture magic users? I have no clue. All I know is that Set's still trapped in the garden in the hands of Keith's golem. Now, maybe, he wasn't going to sell us on the black market. Maybe he was going to say the ship sank, everyone died, oh boo-hoo, and then he was going to use us as human experiments so that they could find a way to get magic out of us. Like, why do you have magic? What is it that gives you magic? Can we replicate it? And, you know what I mean? It'd be like X-Men and mutants. Like, okay, you have mutated genes, but how? And can we do that to other people? And can we control it? And, you know. That's why in every fucking story, if there's anybody with magic or special abilities or anything, it's always like, don't tell anyone because they're going to experiment on us like lab rats. We don't want that. You know? So, like, it could so just be that. Are Silva and his gang going to question Set too? As I'm thinking this, I hear footsteps running toward us. Captain Silva, this is an emergency! A Quinian ship's approaching! It's the Navy! Well, they saw the smoke from the explosion. I guess it's not our day. Listen up, lads. Time to retreat. We're leaving this base. What? They're going to abandon this place? I'm shocked by their sudden decision. Silva looks at me and grins. We can't win against the Navy. We don't need to fight. We're satisfied with the treasure we got. And we'll leave you here too. That way they won't chase us. I actually kind of liked you, lady. And maybe we'll meet again someday. Silva ruffles my hair as if he's petting a dog, and Keith knocks his hand away. Nonsense. You'll be turned away at the door. Keep being yourself, Keith. Don't worry, I was only kidding. I'm worried because you don't sound like you're kidding. Nice seeing you, Keith. And Katerina. See ya. I would love for him to show up at my door. And so Silva and the Weiss pirates depart from the island, leaving us behind. My friends and I watch as their pirate flag disappears into the horizon. They're gone. I like that they actually got to escape this time, though. We're finally free. Yes, they sure were some troublemakers. We had a hard time, didn't we? Rosie nods earnestly. He seems to have fully recovered from his injury. It's all over. So glad everyone's safe. Like, see, we got Ryle's background, but we still know nothing about Set or anything. We're not going to find that out yet. I still have no idea why they attacked us. And maybe you were right all along, sister. Huh? Did I predict something? It's just that you didn't look frightened at all. You never thought Silva was evil, did you? How did you figure that out? Reading your mind is a piece of cake, but this time, you were right. That pirate saved us so many times. I still don't like that he messed up your hair, though. The naval ship comes into view from the opposite direction of the one that Silva and his pirates went. So that's the ship they were talking about. Pirates have great eyesight, I guess. Rosie lets out a relieved sigh when he sees the ship's ensign. Well, that flag. All those ships belong to Quid's Royal Knights. Who are saved. Quid's Royal Knights? Why would they be here? Well, they're aware that pirates lurk around the sea, so it's likely they were patrolling the area. Then I'll go gather the nobles in the mansion. I'll look around the vinculum to check if anyone's still there. Oh yeah, we wouldn't want to leave anyone behind. Right, I'm sure we got most of the people out during the fire, but I have a list of names. Let's be sure to double check. Alright, then I'll guide you. My friends and I split into two groups and get to work. I try to follow the searching team, but before I can, somebody grabs my hand from behind. Hopefully it's Keith. We need a real kiss now. I turn around and see Keith. Keith? Sorry, sister. Can I borrow you for a second? You can borrow me from the rest of my damn life. Until we get to Rosie's route and then Silva's route. But for right now, absolutely. Keith's looking straight into my eyes with a serious look on his face. His expression reminds me of the kiss. I freeze. Wait. I suddenly realize that we're alone. All our friends have gone. Good. All I can hear are the sounds of the waves crashing upon the vacant shore. He's silent for a minute, but after a few deep breaths, he finally starts to speak. I should have said this before, but I have something important to tell you. And do you remember that I kissed you? Of course I do. I mean, how could I forget? He's extremely frank. As I falter, Keith holds my hand tightly. I'm not gonna pretend it didn't happen. Love you, and I still do. I've always loved you. Since I was a child, I knew you were special to me. What? When? I think it was when you destroyed my door with an axe. I mean, if someone doesn't bust down your door with an axe, are they really in love with you? That's something to be a little concerned about, is all I'm saying. That long ago? I was 8 years old when I broke down Keith's door. Wait, wasn't he crying because he was afraid of me? No, what if he was traumatized by the image of me holding an axe and he mistook that emotion for love? You're thinking something weird again, aren't you? And just so you know my feelings. I'm not mistaken. At that time, I was afraid. I locked myself in the room because I was afraid I would hurt you with my magic that hurt so many others. I thought I'd rather stay in my room than hurt you. That was the reason. That's the reason why? Yeah, but you came to me anyway. You pulled me out of the darkness. And after I told you that I hurt my siblings in my last family, you weren't afraid of me. You even told me we should train together. Treated me like I was normal. I always thought I would be alone. But when you told me that we would be together forever, I was so happy. And to me, you're like the sun. And when you're by my side, all the darkness in my heart disappears. I never knew Keith thought this way. He woke me up every time I had a nightmare. You always held my hand and comforted me. There are no words that can explain how grateful I am to you. You saved me, so I want to protect you. I want to stay with you forever. Katerina, I love you. He didn't call me sister. He calls me by my name for the first time. My heart starts to race as I see Keith try his best to form the right words. Yeah, trying to call you Katerina and not sister was hard. Keith. We're still holding hands. His hands are so warm and his pulse is beating so fast. I feel dizzy. I do my best not to faint. Because I know now. I know that I love him too. I don't want him to leave my side. I want to be with him forever too. Keith, I love you too. What? Keith's voice cracks with surprise. Seems he didn't expect that. This must be a misunderstanding. I love you, but not just as family. I mean romantically. I understand, and I feel the same way. Really? You weren't misinterpreting. Wait, why is he being so skeptical now? I'm not sure what to say now, kiss him. Maybe he thinks that I'm just trying to be nice to him. How can I make him believe me, girl, kiss him? Keith, I love you romantically too. Of course, I've always loved you because you're my family, but at some point, the feelings started to change. When Rosie gave you an offer to study abroad, I became so sad. I didn't want to be apart from you. I think that's when I realized I need you in my life. Without you, I can't do my homework. Wait, I don't intend to just use you. I enjoyed the kiss too, so... Oh no, I think I'm talking nonsense. I'm so embarrassed, I'm about to explode. Just kiss him. I'm trying hard to find the right words to confess my feelings to Keith, who stands there, looking a little puzzled. Anyway, I love you too, Keith. Okay, I got it. Keith's blushing even more now. He swings our hands gently as if to calm me down. This is fucking adorable. It's my fault for forgetting how cute you are at times. Keith mumbles to himself. At least I know he believes me now. Well then, Katerina, is it okay if I ask you for a favor? Can I try again? Try what again? The kiss. What? My brain stops functioning. Is this the Keith from Fortune Lover? Am I dreaming? In Fortune Lover, Keith's a playboy. He's full of smooth, seductive words and sweet nothings that he uses to win over the protagonist. He definitely does not have that in this, but I like that he's shy, awkward, but he gets, super, serious and determined when he thinks you're her, I can't believe this. When I look into Keith's eyes, I can see that his expression is different from that in the game. He looks completely serious. His eyes shift uncomfortably. He looks so nervous. He's far from being a playboy. He earnestly waits for my reply. That's the Keith I love. I move before I can even think. Yes, another kiss, CG. Oh, this is so precious. I reached for Keith's soft cheeks with my hands. Standing on my tiptoes, I softly touched my lips with Keith's. Look at him looking a little shocked. I love it. I hear a startled sound when our lips touch. After I see his surprised face, I realize what I've done. What am I doing? I kissed him! I'm surprised at myself. I acted without thinking. How embarrassing! That ended way too fast. Keith? That was... Katerina. Yes? That doesn't count. What? Why? I can't ask that question. Oh! Oh! This is even cuter! Look at his adorably little blushy face. Keith puts his hands on my cheek and our lips meet again. We separate for a moment before kissing again. Katerina, love you. Keith whispers into my ear with earnest and smiles happily. Our kiss is overflowing with love and filling my heart with emotion. I start to tear up. Love him. I'm so lucky. Keith has been in love with me since he was 8 years old. I don't remember when I started to love him, but I finally recognized my feelings and I confessed that to him. We hold each other's hands and kiss again. Looking at each other, we smile together. I think I can hear our childhood friends calling us in the distance because Mary's gonna fucking knock Keith into the sand. Oh, the end! Okay, after story. I remembered that we can push the plus button and skip the credits. A few months have passed since the incident. Now, I can't remember if in Jordo's did we read his little after story in the good ending, or did we do it after the bad endings? I don't remember. Because, like, not the after story, but there was, like, a little memory scenario with Keith. So I can't remember if we read Jordo's... Well, we'll see how long this takes to read this, and maybe we'll just read it in this part. I don't know. Ugh, I'm so nervous. The happy end is a promise of love, and the memory scenarios date on the town. So obviously we're not getting married, because Jordo's was the vow on the ring or whatever, something about getting married. After I safely returned to Sorcier and everything was settled, I visited the royal palace. I'm here to ask the king for permission to officially break my engagement with Prince Jordo. I'm here with Keith and father, but I'm so nervous that I'm clammed up completely. Oh dear, if they execute me for disgracing the royal family? They wouldn't do anything to you. I'm sure I'd be the one killed. Nonsense, the king will understand. After all, Prince Jordo agreed to break off the engagement, correct? Well, yes, but... Yeah, Jordo doesn't... Even though Jordo... Oh, I kind of feel bad, though. Because Jordo's, like, in love with you. You know he is. Okay. The problem with this game is, like, this is all childhood friends. Every single fucking route is your childhood friend, except for Rozzy and Silva, okay? They're the normal. Like, every game, you've got, like, say you got your 6 love interests. You have one childhood friend who's always in love with you. And, like, if you're like, oh, this character's obnoxious, I only sometimes feel bad that I'm in love with somebody else and I'm breaking their heart every, like, 5 other times. You know what I'm saying? You're like, eh. But, like, all of these characters are kind of fine. You know? And we haven't gone down the other route, so I can just pretend they're not in love with me, even though I know they are. But, like, we played Jordo's route. So now I'm like, oh, I feel bad, because I know how much he's in love with you, and you were his fiance, and you're like, I want to marry my brother. And he's like, okay! Heartbroken on the side. We know that Alan's in love with you, because we saw that little snippet earlier in the game. You know Nicola. We know they all are. So it's a little like, every time you fall in love with a character, I kind of feel bad for the other ones. But I feel worse for Jordo because we've played his route. So, like, when we go to the next one, again, I don't know. I have no idea if it's Nicole or Alan, but we go that I'm gonna feel bad for Keith, and I'm gonna feel bad for it's just gonna keep stacking until we like, thank God, Silva, Rossi, get me out of here. Like, I don't feel bad for Silva or Rossi because like they might be like, oh, she's kind of cool. Oh, she's got like a hair of a man. Okay, whatevs. Like they just met me, so like whatevs. They're like the standard Otome routes where there's a bunch of other characters that maybe kind of just met you and you're like, you can't be in love with me. It's the childhood friend ones that have been harboring these feelings for you for so long that you just feel bad about breaking their heart even though your character doesn't know these people are in love with them, but I do. So like now I feel really bad for Jordo. Like, oh, ouch. He's right. Jordo did give his blessing. I mean, at that time, all my friends saw us. At that moment, my childhood friends came to look for us and saw us kissing. Well, they already saw him kiss you once, so. They confronted us about that. Excuse me? What was that about? What did I just see? See, Mary is appalled and Alan's like, oh, my heart's a little broken. Oh, look, he looks so sad. Oh, our cardboard boy is sad. Oh, that's the most emotion I've seen on his face. I just like fucking teasing him, okay? But like, he's actually kind of cute when he's sad. Brother, why are you standing there like a statue? Oh, he does have emotion. I can't call him a robot. He's a cardboard cutout. That's a new one. Hey, Keith, I'll never forget this. How dare you do such an outrageous thing to my fiancé? Hold on, everyone. I started it. I kissed him first. What? Huh? You initiated the kiss, Lady Katerina? There's just something about Nickel right now. He's just like, I must go die in a corner. There's just something so dramatic about the way he's posed, considering the scenario. So that means Keith has truly won your heart. Well, yes. I just noticed it recently, but it seems I've loved him for quite a while, so... Well, she said it. And this is the truth, everyone. He's like, now I don't have to worry about you fuckers. Everyone is devastated. Okay, like, I feel bad, but at the same time, this scenario where everyone's like heart is shattered, it's kind of funny. Kind of funny. At least they make it entertaining, so that moment of like, oh, I feel really bad, and then you get this, and everyone's sad, and you're like, it's actually kind of funny. Because it's everyone. Everyone is devastated. All of them! They're all shattered. Huh. Why is no one saying anything? After a moment of silence, Mary begins to cry. Sophia collapses. Everything's quite a mess, but... like, she's so clueless. It's adorable. By the time we arrive in Sorcier, my friends finally calm down and end up supporting us. Please be happy, Lady Katerina. All I wish for is your happiness. Be honest, the fact that you're coupled with that man hurts me, but please invite me to your wedding, alright? So, yeah. Have a happy life, you two. I second that, Katerina. I wish for your happiness, too. Lady Katerina, I wish you all the best. I feel like Maria's the only one saying that and is not. She's like, I wish you all the best, and everyone else is like, be happy, I guess. Like, she seems like maybe she legitimately means it, and everybody else is like, I'm just saying it because I have to, and I want you to be happy, but right now, it's hard to say. Thank you, everyone. I'm so lucky to have the best friends in the world. And Jordo, come on. This is your chance. You don't have to remind me. Katerina's happiness is the most important thing for me, too, so... if this is what you truly want, I'll happily agree to break off our engagement. But this goes without saying, Keith. If you fail to make Katerina happy, I will make her mine in an instant. Got it? You know what? You gotta appreciate Jorda's sass. that's how Jordo agreed to break off our engagement. You're like, ha ha, Jordo's being such a card. No, he means it. The second we are upset because Keith does anything to make us upset, even if we're being irrational, Jordo's gonna fucking kill him. You're like, Keith had an accident. In any case, I was only engaged to Jordo so that the other ladies wouldn't make any advances on him. Well, I suppose Prince Jordo looked so gloomy that time because now he has to deal with other ladies asking for his hand in marriage. Oh, she's so cute. I don't want to think about it because it'll hurt my heart again. No, that's definitely not the case. Thank goodness you never noticed Prince Jordo's feelings. Yes. Keith's mumbling to himself next to me. Meanwhile, Father appears to be in a very good mood. And Father's like, my kids want to get married! This is awesome! Cool, Dad. Oh, I'm so happy my precious Katerina won't be leaving home after marriage. I couldn't ask for anything more. Oh, Dad. He's been like this since the moment I told my parents about my relationship with Keith. It's not just Father. Mother burst into tears of happiness, too. We have a weird family. I mean, again, he's just adopted, but still! Is that so? You two want to get married? I would be more than happy. I approve, too. Katerina was never good enough for the prince. Oh, finally, I have some peace of mind. Okay, our mom's shady about it, but whatever. Oh, my dear Miladiana, is it Miladiana, the news has brought you tears of joy. I feel you. No, our mother just thinks we're a loser, but, thank God we have a good dad. Yes, I've been so worried that Katerina would be such a terrible princess consort. I've suffered so many sleepless nights. Like, our dad does not hear any of this. He's only hearing the good shit, not realizing that his wife is a shady bitch, but, what ifs? Was it really that big of a deal? But, Keith, are you sure about this? I feel bad for making you take care of my hopeless daughter for the rest of your life, but are you absolutely sure you won't regret this decision? Mother, can you stop calling me hopeless? Well, my mother is in my previous life also called me that. Oh, ouch! The fact that she was so worried I would make a terrible princess consort proves that she has zero trust in me. Even I know that if there's a tasty-looking fruit in the courtyard of the royal palace, I shouldn't eat it. As I agonize over Mother's comments, Keith smiles happily at her. Of course I won't regret this. I've been in love with Katerina for so long. She's the only one for me. Has to be her. Remembering that is so embarrassing. I shake my head forcefully to help cool down my heated cheeks. Katerina, are you all right? Looks at me suspiciously. I quickly tell him it's nothing, and I try my best to control my breath. Calm down, Katerina. You're about to see the king. You must concentrate. I must do this properly in order to have a happy future together with Keith. Isn't this quite a difficult situation? What if I get exiled? So nervous the entire time I wait for the king to arrive. However, after the king arrives in the reception room, it all ends in 5 minutes. The meeting's extremely peaceful and nonchalant. After that, we return to the Clay's mansion. He's like, sup, home slices! About to get my drink on at my pool! Are you gonna break up the engagement? Yeah, no, it's cool. Alright, no big deal. Jordo told me. It's fine. He's fine, I'm fine, you're cool. High five. Alright. He just rolls in his Bermuda shorts, and you're like, the fuck? Oh, I'm so tired. After returning home, I dive onto the sofa. The meeting was so short, but my entire body was still tense from all the waiting. I was so nervous for no reason. Well, I don't speak with the king often. I've formally greeted him many times as the daughter of the duke, but I've never spoken to him outside of that. I mean, he is the king. He's very powerful and dignified, so even though he was so warm and kind to us, I still felt totally overwhelmed. No wonder he's the king of Sorcier. I wonder if the king of Quid's like this too. I've never met him, so I have no idea, but at least I know that Premier Set's not that charismatic. Oh, I wonder what happened to the Premier. After the incident, the royal family took matters into their own hands and conducted an official investigation. I believe that Set, Ryle, and the bodyguard were taken to Quid for medical treatment. However, the statement that was released about the incident framed it as a simple pirate attack, so Ryle's crimes remain unknown to the public. I've heard some people feel sorry for us because we were victims of a pirate attack. I suppose the royal family will decide what to do with the premier and his allies. Katerina, a mother will be furious again if she sees you lazing around like that. I hear the door open and Keith enters the room. Oh, Keith, you're back. Wait a second. What's that in his hand? I sit up immediately with stars in my eyes. Keith chuckles and sits next to me. It's obviously not a diamond ring, it's candy or food. Here, Katerina, I brought you some of your favorite snacks. Keith knows. Jordan was always trying to buy us with jewelry, and Keith is like, donuts. This is from the confectionery in town! Keith, thank you so much! After we left the royal palace, Keith told us he had somewhere to go, but I didn't expect him to buy me snacks. The maid brings us some tea. Perhaps Keith told her to earlier. The pleasant smell of hot tea and sweets eases away all of my fatigue. Well, time to dig in! I eat one of the snacks that Keith brought. Sweet taste is just what I need to relieve the exhaustion from my body. This is so delicious! Keith, try some! I take a cookie and hold it up to his face. He smiles a little uncomfortably, but he eats it from my hands. It's good. Yeah, isn't it? I really wanted to eat these after that pirate attack. Thank you, Keith. Glad. You just looked so tired, so I brought these to cheer you up. I'm sorry. But, whether you like snacks or, sweets or, just, pretzels or chips or a pizza, whatever. But, if food is your comfort thing, I need something to perk me up and it's a food thing, and, your man is she looks really tired. Look at her favorite cookies. Fuck that shit. He's top notch. Okay. Heath, god damn it. I'd be like, you know how they make jokes oh, when a woman's on her period, throw chocolate at her. No, motherfucker. You show up with a 2-pound jar of Jif. Show up with peanut butter. Here's some peanut butter, baby. Alright! High five for that. I mean, seriously, just anytime I'm having a shitty day or I'm mad or angry, just throw peanut butter at me, because, then I'm good. American Dream nut butter. They have some really great flavors that are almond butter or cashew butter, but there's something about almond butter and cashew butter I just don't love as much as peanut butter. So, it makes me sad when they have flavors, and they get a little snippy when you're oh, some of these would be good as peanut butter. Well, we specially formulate, and you're listen, fight me, but cookie dough and peanut butter would have been fucking amazing together, and cheesecake and peanut butter are amazing together, so don't give me that bullshit. I get it when it's things like lemon and stuff, and you're yeah, lemon and peanut butter probably wouldn't be great. But when it's a cheesecake flavor, goddamn well that'd be good in peanut butter. And cookie dough, I want a cheesecake cookie dough peanut butter, motherfucker. They always put chocolate. It's a little too much chocolate. But anyway, they have really good nut butters. I'm not a huge cashew or almond butter person, but their peanut butters are fucking phenomenal when you want a little jazzed up. And you want something a little sweet, and it's got cookie bits, or sometimes there's sprinkles and all sorts of shit. Fucking amazing. You want to get fancy. Just saying. That makes me just want to go stir up a jar. Ooh, what's the next jar we can open, Bird? You can't have all of them, because lots of them have chocolate in it. That's why when I have a spoonful of that, I give you a tiny bit of Jif on your own, because you're allowed to. Anyway. So, just props to Keith for bringing us food, is all I'm saying. Smiles softly. He looks even better than his game counterpart. If I keep looking at his face, it'll make me blush. I decide to concentrate on eating the snacks Keith brought for me. I was never this self-conscious before. My heart races every time I look at him. Worst of all, I blush every time he calls me by my name. He always called me sister until now. I didn't date anyone in my previous life. This is my first love. I still don't know how to deal with it. As I munch on the cookies, Keith lets out a deep sigh and leans on the sofa's backrest. You're tired too, Keith? Yeah, he had to talk to the kid after all. Anyway, I'm glad it went well. Right? Now all we have to do is wait for the official announcement. I'm sure the news of Prince Jordo's and my disengagement will cause a stir among the nobles. The ladies will love the news. Jordo's so popular. All the ladies used to say stuff like, he's too good for me, and I'm no match for him. Fortunately, I have the memory of a goldfish, so if there was any gossip about me, I've already forgotten. I'm sure so many ladies will be competing for Jordo's hand in marriage as soon as it's announced. I laugh as I imagine Jordo's annoyance as he's surrounded by women. Will all the ladies that adore Keith hate me now? As I'm lost in thought, I continue to munch on snacks, and Keith leans over and puts his head on my shoulder. Oh, oh my god, please CG. Please. Oh! Why do I love this one so much, so fucking much? Look at, oh, she looks so adorable with the little cookie in her hand, and he's so precious. After it's official, I want to walk around town with you. Probably the after scene. Around town? Don't we do that already? Oh, and that's not what I meant. I want to walk alone with you as your boyfriend, not as your adopted brother. Boyfriend? That word alone is enough for me to blush so hard I almost choke on my cookies. I quickly drink my tea to cover up my cough. Like, I am surprised that tea is not spilling out of the cup the angle she's holding it, though. Keith scratches his cheek with his fingers shyly. It's kind of embarrassing to act lovey-dovey at home. Yeah, it is. Our friends were with us on our voyage, and now our maids are with us at home. We're too embarrassed to flirt. They tell us that we're such a wonderful couple. Of course that makes me happy, but yet, and, now you can sneak into each other's rooms. Everyone says that, kind of making me feel awkward. Difficult to just relax and have fun with Keith when they say that. But right now we're alone. Perhaps since Keith and I are having tea together, the maids are trying not to interrupt us. It's still too embarrassing, but I'm happy they're being so thoughtful. And I understand what Keith said. I want to walk around and flirt too. That's a good idea. Let's go out together. I pause eating my cookie to look up at Keith. I feel Keith's soft hair touch my cheek. It's closer to me than I realize, so I'm a little taken aback. Excited. God, we got another kiss! My God, there's so many kiss CGs in this one! I am here for it! I am angry with joy! I'm not angry, but you know what I mean. I sound angry! Keith whispers softly as if he's telling me a secret, then he touches our lips together. It's a pleasant kiss, sweet like a cookie. It's the first kiss we've had since we kissed on the shore. Beautiful. I love you. I'll never ever let you go. Keith puts his forehead against mine and smiles tenderly. He's so close to me. Kind of embarrassing to say this, but I feel like I'm the luckiest girl on earth. Yes, always be together, Keith. I say the same words I told him when we were young. This is the first time I've discovered what it feels like to fall in love. It makes me flustered, but I'm happy as long as I'm with him. Keith puts his hand on mine, filled with deep emotion. Keith, you're always there for me when I need you. I smile back at him and think to myself, if I could only have one wish, it would be to stay with you for the rest of my life. Oh! Okay. I think we're gonna play the memory scenario with the bad endings, because that part's not gonna go like an hour, and this one's already almost an hour and a half. Well, it's like an hour and 20 plus minutes. Plus, we have to look at our CGs and stuff like that. So, is this game the good one? Where like if you hide this and you hit A, no, this is the sucky one. Hold on. Do any of them? A couple of them at number 2s. Okay. Well, I'll just have to leave the thing on the bottom. It'll be fine. But yeah, because we've gone so long over, we'll do the memory scenario at the end of the next part. Be the bad ending, so that'll be better. Oh, look at the little babies. I don't like having the thing on the bottom, but we need it because this is the game that's stupid, and A is treated like the back button, and I hate that. So precious when he's a baby. Oh, baby faces are so cute. I mean, look at how saucy this is. Look at how saucy. Poor Keith is like, can't breathe, and she's like, curls up, snuggles into his neck. Adorable. Oh, okay, because there's only 2. There's only ever 2 on any of his, right? 2 out of 2, 2 out of 2. Okay. Alright. Oh, and then the bookcase. I feel like... No, I left him. Oh. at that. We can scroll all the way down. That's a big one. You know? What was the difference on this one? Oh, just the blush on her cheeks. Okay. I was like, what was the difference? I'm okay. Basically the same. She just blushes a little. Okay. And then the finding cages. He looks like, I mean, he is adorable, but like he looks super fucking like hot with the cage. It's not because the cages are there. There's just something that is just so much more like it's like we got Keith 10 years from now. You know what I mean? Like, Rozzy's teeth. Rozzy trying to kill us. Oh, that's funny. Oh. This one's cute too. I don't know. The CGs are good in this game. This game's great. We've had a lot of fun. I got nothing else to say, really. I mean, I think I've said enough for everything. Like, just, ugh. Oh, this is going to be our... I don't know. I don't think Jordo got 3 kiss CGs. Jordo, we get to get married, though. We're not getting married to Keith, which is unfortunate, but, like... Oh. How lovely is it? Oh, yeah, Keith getting all mad using his magic. Oh, and then us kissing. And then, oh, I love that. It's so adorable. See, I thought this was my favorite kiss CG, and then we got the one where we're snuggling on the couch, and that one just like the first one's great. This one's better than the third one. Like, they just keep turning up the notches. Like, Jesus. Like, and this, okay, I'm sorry, but like, can I just... This CG is so great on its own. I was like, oh, I love this. And then they did this. How could you? It's so good. Didn't we see this? Did we see this? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, no, that's the beginning one. Okay, right, because he's got 2 other ones. I'm sorry. I love this one so... I love this version of it. Like, it's so adorable, but I love this. Oh, my God. I love it so much. So, anyway. Yeah, we'll do the memory scenario, Keith's perspective thing after the bad endings in the next part. So, we'll finish up then. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.